Hello, I am Hricheek a first year undergraduate student at IIT Kharagpur. My roll number is 21MA10023. For the DIY project, I have created the model of an impeller with the help of the FreeCAD software. So firstly, I have used the XY plane to create the fan blades. Now at the beginning, I have created the cross section of the blade profiles using the rectangle tool. Now I have used the horizontal and vertical constraints to set its width at 5 millimeters and the length at 80 millimeters. After that, I have created 5 more iterations of the blade profile cross section. With each iteration, there is an increment of the placement angle by 10 degrees and the position of the Z value by 8 millimeters. So that will give us the distinct curvature-like shape of the fan blades. Then I have used the loft tool to create the solid of a single blade profile. Once that has been done, I have used the polar array system to create 8 identical blades all about the z-axis. Once the fan blades have been created, we now go on to a new sketch to create the base. For this, we have used the XZ plane. Here is the sketch of the cross-section view of the base, shown by the yellow outline. The arc over there is of a radius constraint of 35 millimeters. Once this has been done, I've used the revolve function to create the solid as shown by the yellow volume. Now once the both parts have been created, we move on to make a union of the two bodies to make it a complete single structure. Finally, we have meshed the entire model for the final model of the impeller. Now we move on to the CUDA part. Here, firstly, I have reduced the entire scale to 62%. Now, for the print settings, I have set the layer height at 0.3 millimeters, the wall thickness at 0.5 millimeters, and I have used an infill density of 90% with an infill pattern that is triangles. Here the density is quite high because since this is an impeller, it has to deal with a large amount of forces and thus it must be rigid and quite durable. Then the printing temperature has been set at 100 degrees Celsius and the build plate temperature at 60 degrees Celsius, which are the default settings, and the print speed has been set at 60 millimeter per second. I have used the brim type of build plate adhesion and the extruded one has been in use. Now moving on to the slicing part. Here it shows that it takes exactly 8 hours to make the entire model of the impeller, and which utilizes 91 grams of material, which corresponds to a length of 11.52 meters. So moving on to the preview section, we can see how the entire build has been made. So yeah, that's all. Thank you.